There is a massive opportunity right now for you to make 200K a year online or even more. And this opportunity is something that has just come up. It's brand new. There's a lot of demand for it. And it's like nothing else you've ever heard of. This is not Amazon, FBA, or e-commerce or drop shipping. This is not digital marketing agency. This is not selling digital products. It's not about becoming a content creator or an influencer or doing anything like OnlyFans or anything along those lines, right? This is a brand new opportunity, and the demand for it is so high right now that the risk is so low. You're guaranteed to get a job out of it if that's the career path you want, but you can also build an entire business around it. And what I'm about to reveal to you today does not require you to build a business if you don't want. Like I said, you can just have a job, you can work for someone else, you can just do this independently or as a freelancer. You don't need to build a business, unlike some of these other models, because building a business can be super stressful, right? I totally get it. Not everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, but you can work for yourself and you can make a lot more money than just a normal job through this model. The second thing is you don't need any qualifications. You don't need to have any education. You can just have normal high school basic knowledge. And if you've got the drive and the ambition to learn something else, learn a few new skills, then you're going to be fine. You also don't need a huge following. Some of these other business models and ways to make money online require you to already have a following or for you to create content and build a following. You don't have to do that. You also don't have to work 10 hours a day. Like for example, if you're going to be a content creator, you really do have to work 10 hours a day. You've got to keep making content. You've got to post it all the time. You've got to be consistent. You don't have to do that with this model, and you don't have to go work in an office if you have a job, right? If you build this for yourself and you have it, as your own career or your own business, of course you get to choose where you work. But you don't need to actually go into an office if you have this as a job. This can be done totally remotely from your laptop, from your phone, from a beach in Bali, whatever you want, right? So let me just jump in and reveal to you exactly what this is. So you might already know about people who create content online. Typically they're influencers or content creators, and they're usually promoting local businesses or e-commerce stores and things like that. They're promoting products and they're posting about it. They're creating content. Now, this has been around for a long time, but the thing is, it's massively competitive. So many people are doing it. And in order for you to be, really good at it and for you to demand, a certain amount of money for your posts and your content in order to promote those businesses, well, you have to have a massive following, which is very difficult to build right now, especially since you're competing with all these other people who are doing the same thing. Right now in the US, you've got TikTok Shop and things like that, people making a heap of money there. It's just another way of being an influencer. This is not what I'm about to reveal to you in this video. That kind of business model is, although it's good, very competitive. It's a drain on your mental health. It requires you to spend a lot of time creating content. And overall, it's just not for everyone, right? Not everyone wants to make content and make a fool of themselves, and I totally get it. But the idea is in play because that is something that is quite lucrative. A lot of businesses will pay a lot of money to the right people who can promote their products and services. And so if you want to make 200K a year, but you don't have a big following right now, and you don't have the qualifications, you don't really know where you can start, you can actually take that idea and you can apply it into the high ticket space. There's tons of companies out there right now, normal companies in finance, healthcare, tech, cybersecurity, whatever you can think of. There's a lot of different businesses out there. They sell business to business products and services, or typically something that is high ticket. There's a bunch of these companies out there in the world who are desperate for attention, and they're desperate to bring people into their business who can sell their products and services for them, or who can at least hook them up with the deals, who can connect them with people that will buy their products and services. And this is where the opportunity lies, because these companies will gladly pay you a percentage of the sale price just to get attention. And if you can hook them up with the right person and that person buys their product or service, then these companies will have absolutely no problem paying you a percentage of that sale. And the best part about this is that you do not need to know any sales. You don't have to have a background in sales or business development or even really marketing for this to work. You don't have to convince anyone to buy. You're simply connecting buyers and sellers together and acting as the middleman. Now, back in the day, you would have had to cold call people in order to do this. But luckily, with all the technology that we've got today and social media, you don't have to do any cold calling either. You can, if you're good at it and you like it and you think that will separate you from everyone else, but you don't have to. It's not a critical skill that you need. All you need to be able to do is identify the pain points of certain people and connect the solution to those people having those pain points. So for example, if you are helping software companies sell their software to a particular type of industry vertical or decision maker, all you have to do is find that decision maker who could potentially use that software and connect the dots. And you can do this in any industry, like I was saying earlier, finance, healthcare, medical, you name it. There's a market for it, and there's a demand for that attention, and there's a demand for people who can connect the dots and make those sales happen. Even in my own company, right, we have a product that has unlimited scale. So if someone buys 100 of the physical video mailers that we sell, it's the same fulfillment as if someone buys 10,000 of them. Now, obviously, if someone buys 10,000, the deal is much bigger. The sale price is much higher. Although we price based on quantity and it gets cheaper the more people buy, it's still a massive deal. And so I would have no problem paying someone a percentage of that sale price just for connecting the dots, hooking me up with someone that would potentially buy that product. And there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of other companies out there all around the world that will do the same thing. And luckily today, there's so many different tools and software that you can use to track those sales or to track the attribution. So if you hook someone up, you have the peace of mind knowing that you are going to be given the percentage of that deal price because it can be attributed to you and the effort that you put in making that deal happen. And you want to know what's funny? You can actually partner with more than one company. You can have a collection of 10, 15, 20 different companies that you are connecting people to, and you are taking a percentage of those deals each and every time you connect someone to one of those companies and they land the deal. Now, of course, you have to put a bit of time into this, but luckily with AI, you can automate a big chunk of this process, which means that a few years ago, you could probably only work with maybe one or two companies, but now you can work with 10, 15, 20, even 30 companies all at once, as long as you pick an industry vertical to operate in and you're able to connect the dots. So this is basically high ticket appointment setting. You don't have to worry about closing the deal. You're simply bringing the deals to the right companies, and you're doing it in the high ticket space, which means that every deal you bring in could pay you a commission of 5 figures or more. So like I said at the beginning of this video, you don't need any qualifications. You can learn all of this yourself from scratch, and it doesn't take very long to learn. If you already have good social skills, that's a bonus, but you can also learn those social skills. You don't have to work 10 hours a day. You don't have to create heaps and heaps of content. You simply have to be able to identify potential customers for the companies that you're partnering with. And then you have to make that connection and get them to book a meeting. That's the easy part. The hard part is identifying who those decision makers might be and figuring out which companies you want to partner with, because there's going to be so much choice for a person with this skill set that you'll be able to basically set the price on how much you want to earn in commission or in referral fees. Because that's the thing, some companies will pay you a percentage of the deal size, which is the best type of company that you want to work with, but some of them will just simply pay you a referral fee. So you get to decide your price and you get to decide which companies you want to partner with. And once you've figured that out, you have to be able to identify potential customers for them and, like I said, connect the dots, get them to book meetings, and hopefully they land those meetings. Now, the next step from there is to be able to work with them and consult them on improving their sales process so that every deal you bring them, they close almost 100% of the time. Because a referral is always a much easier sale. So if you can help those companies convert the meetings you bring them, you have unlimited potential to make really as much money as you want. And 200K is just a start. Now, if you're interested in an opportunity like this, I created a free training, which you can access by clicking the link in the description below this video. Full transparency, it's the first few modules of a paid course, which I am going to try and upsell you if you get value off the free version. This is something I've been doing over the last few years. I'm going to teach you how to set the appointments, how to find what companies to partner with, and how you can identify decision makers who could buy from those companies so that you can make those appointments happen and eventually close those deals. So check out the link in the description below this video. If you've got any questions, let me know and I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.